Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night, wherever you may be. Stamp collecting is fun, and we've had a look at some India and India states the other day. I've subsequently increased a little bit of these. And we had a little look at some Queen Victoria heads that I've been collecting, just keeping it simple. And I've had a few more to add there, but we're not looking at those today. I have started a new project. A new book, a new stock book, but it's not a new stock book, it's a pretty ropey stock book, but I needed somewhere to start to put my British Africa, kings and queens only, so keeping it simple, keeping it manageable, and also keeping it of interest. Also queens, probably Queen rather than Queen. So Victoria go automatically into the green book. So that leaves Elizabeth. So we'll start by turning over this book. It's a Philly safe. Instigboek met Gevrouwen Straak. I think this is either Dutch or possibly Boer. Insteekboek met gewone strook. Patenten voor binnen en buitenland. Aangevraagd. Made in Holland, so it is Dutch. I hope that was understandable to everybody. My Dutch, it's very, very good, as you can tell. Right, so I noticed first of all that I had a lot of Gold Coast. And who doesn't like gold? And I think we all do, don't we? So I mentioned about Queen Vic going straight in. But I already have a couple of... this one in particular, the halfpenny, in that book. And also the 2 1/2 blue from the Gold Coast. Not in good condition, as you can see. It's pretty decimated by either dirt or by a cancel. Probably a cancel, I'm not quite sure. The back is also butchered. But nice to own. Nice to start the collection with a couple of Vics. A couple of Queens to start. And then we move on to the Kings. So Edward, Kevin, Edward, KEV 1. And here he's again, Gold Coast. This is more, I wouldn't say damaged as such, but more marked. A dark stamp anyway. Oh, quite nice. And then, actually, that is a George V. So we've got Edward VIII, George V, I should have said. And then immediately it's George VI, the Gold Coast. And quite a number of stamps associated with this king. This is readable, legible. Gold Coast, of course, there's no gold there. It just looked gold. Very dry, very dangerous. No water. But the name was enough to attract pirates, sailors. And then finally we've got the Queen here. Her Majesty the Queen. Before it was finally handed over as an independent nation and became Ghana. So we have the independence overprint there. Ghana independence by March, 15th of March, 57, the year before I was born. So that's the Gold Coast, quite a nice little amount. And then the next on my agenda were the Cape of Good Hope. The Cape of Good Hope, it sounds romantic, doesn't it? You know, sou'westers going around the Cape, Moby Dick, oilskins, this sort of thing, the Cape of Good Hope. Swashbuckling, you may call it. But some nice stamps there. A Edward. Another Edward, penny red. It's always the penny red, isn't it? And another 1 penny posted red. Yeah. We now move forward to South Africa. A big old you know, collecting South Africa stamps is an education in itself. So I've kept it simple. I'm just having anything with South Africa on it, in it. So if it's got Southwest Africa, or if it's got Transvaal is different. Oh, I'm saying that, haven't I? So here we've got George V, and we've got South Africa there. Uni, so the Union of South Africa, possibly. Very nice stamps. Got the King's Head. Probably wasn't popular with the locals. You know, we had the Boer War, coming out of the Boer War. But I suppose, you know, to keep it simple for me, it was a good old thing. So Uni van Zuid-Afrika. Yeah. My Dutch is very, very good. Kroning. The king, Zuid-Afrika. So they're keeping it with George VI. Of course, there was war going on during his reign, so we needed a lot of, loyalty to the crown. And here we have post-war, 1947 to... We've got two of them there. I don't know. But it's, well, it looks like it's the 2D purple. The old of these stamps. Nice two colours there. Coronation stamp. Very nice. We're going to move on. Transvaal, which again is South Africa. Edward. These are all Edwards. Mostly pennies and halfpennies. And nothing else. That may tell you something. Maybe it all transferred over to the Union of South Africa afterwards. I suspect it did. Uganda, Kenya and Tanganyika, I'm afraid, all come under one heading. Slightly annoying. I wish they'd have kept these countries separate, but they didn't. I'll have a word. But some nice stamps there, and again, mostly it's a more modern monarch rather than the old monarchs. Nairobi Council, that's lovely. The Queen. I love these giraffe ones. They're fantastic. And the Queen with her wings. Giraffe again. And a simple Uganda, possibly as we're going into independence times. And also, who can forget the lion? That's a great stamp, isn't it? You gotta love it. Sierra Leone. I've said before and I'll say it again, it sounds Clint Eastwood. It sounds down Mexico way, but it isn't. It is off Africa. So we have some long stamps here. So we got the king, and then they're using the same sort of length here for the queen. Another length, and another length. Rhodesia, North, and Nyasaland. I'm actually calling this Rhodesia in my own mind. So North Rhodesia, South Rhodesia, Rhodesia, and Nyasaland, they all qualify for this page. And if we turn that, we see Rhodesia and Nyasaland, the Queen. There was a lot of... it's now Zimbabwe, so there was a lot of controversy. I think it ceded from the British Empire, or from the Commonwealth, and decided to rule themselves, self-rule. Here we have Nigeria. As you can see, I'm only keeping ones with king's heads. I'm not having any birds, plants, rocks and things, sandhills and rings, simply to keep it simple for me, collecting these kings, coronets, crown, princes, the queen. Nigeria. Down here we've got Enugu in Nigeria. Obviously this, I say obviously, but I presume it's airmail. And then here, back of a postcard. Morocco, interesting. Is it Africa? Yeah, probably North Tip. I was getting desperate, so I added it. Morocco agencies, though, rather than the country itself. So they had post offices in Morocco. We've heard of Spanish Morocco, we've heard of French Morocco. We haven't got British Morocco, but we have got Morocco stamps, albeit overprints on GB stamps. Edward VIII, that is. Gambia. The Gambia. I have one. Gambia, very popular with people from Denby. Gambia, halfpenny. A holy mess. I do have a couple of others. Queens. Oh, it's nasty. Well, some people would say, why would you want to keep crap? Chuck it away. But until I get anything better, that's staying put. And here we've got a better example of a stamp. The Queen, half a penny, two colours, two tone, and a nice 1 and 3pence. You can see a bit of sort of cloth, maybe, I don't know. Here we got Swaziland, the king only, 1.5, 1 and 2, and there's always that finally moment, isn't there? Have you noticed? And we're looking at, for that, Basutoland. Basutola land. Basutola land. Basutoland, Peter. You're a disgrace, that's what you are. You are an utter disgrace. Now, I don't know what Basutola became in the end, but that's a lovely crocodilo, or is it an alligator? It's got large snappers, anyway, and you want to keep away from it. And the king there, looking all as he does. It's got a date on it, possibly there, or is that just a mark on the crown? Half a penny, that's the only stamp I've got from Basutoland, and it is indeed the last of my African stamps. It's an ongoing project, so plenty more yet. Plenty more countries to explore and to find in boxes and all sorts of albums that I've got upstairs. I've just been hanging around in envelopes and the like. So I'm trying to sort out my stuff while I can, because it soon mounts up. Now, as I've been going through them, we get the... there's a nice sign, you see. Straits Settlements. What we get is the coronation. I think these are... Is this marriage or coronation? One of them, anyway. And this was used across the empire, across the Commonwealth, across the world. What's that? St. Christopher and Nevis. Kenya, Uganda, Tanganyika. Gold Coast. Yeah, it gets everywhere. Ceylon. So those have been popping out, so I've been sort of adding to those. Well, I thought I'd keep them separate. I'll keep them all together, rather, separate from what I'm trying to do. And then here, we've got, again, all the kings and queens' heads, but for other parts of the world. Particularly Ceylon seems to be a lot of them. Ceylon. But also Leewards. The Leeward Islands. Dominica. You'll notice no Queen Vic's. Canada. Antigua. So I think West Indies may be worthy soon of a stockbook. Bermuda. Straits Settlements, which is Malaya. Ceylon again. Ceylon. You get the idea. What's this? Dominica King. And, would you believe, that actually belongs there. Shouldn't be in there. I do love these red ones. And a lady tapping a tree for rubber, I would hazard. And another Leewards here, and on the back it's got some wording. Anguilla, Stanley Gibbons 115, 1946. Anyway, we'll leave it at that for now. I hope you're having a fantastic day messing about with stamps and that. I am. I'm getting back to work. So I'll talk to you very soon. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Talk soon. Bye for now. Stamp collecting is fun.